Okay, I just made bail, the job market sucks, let's talk about the hoeing games. I'm not doing anything tonight. Yeah, first of all, if you've never seen one of my videos before... Hi, I've been doing this thing where I play Pokemon games in a way that God never intended, by basically running through each region, talking to every single NPC in the game. All of them, every single one. Why am I doing this? Because about 98% of the dialogue in Pokemon is fucking boring. It's not interesting. Most of these things are not humans. They don't have lives, they don't pay taxes, they are glorified cardboard cutouts that only exist to tell you how to safely insert potions into your rectum. But we're not talking about them. We are looking for the freaks. Because about 2% of the dialogue in Pokemon is like the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, and I feel like it's underappreciated and under-discussed in the community. Understandably, because some of it is on the main story path, but a lot of the good stuff is hidden in like a random house or 5 miles down in a cave or whatever. Places people don't normally look. But incredible news for you, you don't have to look for it because I've done it for you. That's what this video is. I squeezed about 45 hours of game into a video that you can watch while you're shitting and crying in the bathroom at work. Wow!
Why do I write like this?
We're going to be looking at the hoeing games today because I'm feeling bright and sunny and tropical. Specifically, we're looking at the hoeing remakes just because they have more stuff going on in general. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. Also, all of this footage is coming from Alpha Sapphire because 99% of the dialogue is the same in both versions, but Team Aqua is funnier and I am not playing through the same fucking game twice for one video. Can you hear that I have a sinus infection? Alright, put the intro thing here. So over on the south side of Rustboro, there's an old geriatric couple in here with a shroomish. I guess they're here to teach you about nicknames, I don't know. The old guy really stresses the importance of naming your Pokemon something original, which, you know, we get behind that. You get it, God forbid a grown man have a little bit of creativity and whimsy, and then you talk to the wife and you find out that the shroomish is named, Pikachu. And he spelled it wrong. Yeah, and you know what? I think that's great. You know what? It's okay, man. It's fine if you can't spell things. I also only got through school because of No Child Left Behind. And believe me, they should have left my ass. I love the idea of just naming your pet after your other favorite thing. This is my cat. His name is Toyota Camry. And here's his brother. His name is Tall Women with Abs. Please clap. If you go into the trainer's school and talk to this guy, he opens the conversation with, hey, I promise I'm not some weird man. Which did so, you know, just go ahead and reset the timer on that one. I'm actually the head of the school. Okay, yeah, you should probably consider changing up the order of those sentences, man.
Students who don't study get a taste of my quick claw.
We stabbing kids now? Bet. Alright, Grandpappy said we're old school here. We do things a little different. Bust out the, like, medieval torture punishments. You're gonna learn today. Say it with me, everybody. No child left behind unless it's in the hospital. Multiple children have gone to the hospital. Several have perished. There's a decent chance you've seen this one before because it was kind of going around Twitter for a while. There's a guy up here that gives you a floatstone, which is an item you have never used. It makes your Pokemon weigh less, so they take less damage from, I don't know, grass knot. It's beside the point. The joke is that if you leave the room and come back, he immediately transmogrifies into a big fella. Hit that man with the reverse Ozempic. I love that just the Rock was keeping him skinny. Like he got cursed by a warlock.
Never lose the stone, I caution thee. Now a big back you will be.
Fascinating, the ancient prophecy. There's some weird-ass kids on this beach. This girl, for example. We're gonna build a sandcastle and be the king and queen. You can be the
servant.
Servant, not employee. Interesting. Alright, we know which side of the Civil War you were on, Jesus. Yo, trainer, whether you're hot to trot or cool cat not, chill in my papa's spot. Thank you, 9-year-old that talks like a 90s Will Smith rap. Fascinating new type of child. I could have sworn there was a third kid, but I guess I lost the footage, so I forgot to write a segue, so we're just gonna go to the next thing. When you go to meet Captain Stern in the museum and the Team Aqua guys jump you, when you beat him and Archie rolls in, you first of all, bomb-ass entrance. Look at the drip on this man. He's got an anchor on his fucking chain, bro.
I came to see what was taking so long, and I find you simps getting beat by this kid.
What year did this game come out? 2014? If only they knew. I get all giddy and gooey when I see the sea. Yeah, and that's why you got banned from public beaches, Brian. You put enough DNA in the ocean to mutate the fucking fish.
Hi everybody, Lycia here.
Lissy is over here trying to scout someone for HoloLive, and all of the adult grown men in the crowd are acting really super normal. Lissy, scout me to be your next boyfriend. I've been really good about obeying the rules of the restraining order, okay? Please. Lissy, please give me your autograph. And I want Allie's footprint too. Asking to see the bird's feet is fucking crazy. I was already gonna make a joke about him asking Lissy to sign the autograph with her foot, but shooting your shot with the bird is insane behavior. Who lives in this house? Somebody called the Trickmaster? Ah, cool. You can't possibly be anything insidious happening inside this domicile. You're being watched. Must have been the wind. So the Trickmaster, just in case you forgot, is a dude who sets up a bunch of crazy-ass puzzles and mazes in his, like, infinitely massive house with non-Euclidean architecture. It's like the goddamn back rooms in here. You get new challenges from him as you progress through the game and beat gyms, and so we're gonna be coming back here a few times.
You've come to challenge my trick house, haven't you, Batman? Enter through this scroll and let your challenge commence. My tricks are quite difficult. Don't get lost now.
But if you do, here's a rope so you can hang yourself. And then he teleports away. Yeah, that's another element to this little puzzle. I'm pretty sure the Trickmaster's some kind of fucking alien. Like, there's lore here that I don't think anybody's ever talked about, and we'll come back to it way later, but I just whatever, keep watching the video. Alright man, I'll do your escape room puzzle. Let's see what we're working with here. Ah, you grew like 87 trees in your living room. Cool. HOA is gonna have a fucking field day. Okay, rolling into Mauville. If you go into the Pokemon Center, there's like a whole game-spanning weird-ass side quest thing that starts with this dude in the corner. That man over there, he says weird things. He's funny, but in a weird way. He's probably just undiagnosed. I mean, he says his name's Giddy, and he has a scintillating story to... Wait, what's the bottom of the sea like? I wanna go. Yes. I bought a box of crayons with 120 colors. Don't you think that's nice? That's about it, I think. This is like when a 5-year-old tries to tell you a story, but they don't quite have the experience to actually make it coherent.
And then I got on the bus, and I saw a cat, and Tyler was on the bus, but I don't like Tyler, because he puts his finger in his butt, and then he sniffs it.
And his dad doesn't live at his house anymore.
Well, I'm going home now. Visit me sometime in Mauville Hills. You might be able to meet my friends there, too. You're not going to fucking believe where this side quest is going. Up on the top floor of the city. Because the remakes decided that Mauville was going to be the walled city of Kowloon for some reason. This guy literally rushes you down out of nowhere to give you a nugget because I suppose you look like a broke-ass bitch. Oh my god, just please don't ask where this came from, just hide this. If anybody asks about me, I went to a country that doesn't extradite. Cool, that's normal. What else is going on up here? Here's a dude watching a girl from behind a bush.
See there? Take a good look. Raw talent standing right before me. Full of fear, but shining brightly. They could be the next big stars of the contest circuit.
I mean, look, at least it's kind of coming from a place of respecting women, right? That's gotta count for something. Nah, you're right. No, it doesn't. Hey, Queen, you're in mortal danger. Alright, what's one more thing? I need one more thing. Oh, there's a doomed lesbian romance on the outs over here. Beautiful.
Look, you can't keep hanging out with a hood like me, okay? Not even one with a fab dude like mine. Not with you being an ace trainer now. Ma'am.
This rocks. Happy Pride. What's up, chronically ill child? What's that? You told Make-A-Wish that your #1 dying request was to have a good old fun classic Pokemon battle with me. Yeah, man, of course. Anything for my fans. Come on. If you take a detour down to Granite Cave after you get the bike, you can head down into the basement levels, and like, just because it's like a wild backtracking segment, I'm willing to bet pretty much nobody ever talks to the NPCs down here. I was headed to the contest spectacular hall, but I seem to have lost my way. Brother, you're at the center of the earth. Speaking of backtracking, it's been like 10 seconds. Let's go check on Wally. Wonder how he's been doing lately. Yeah, if you go over to his house in Verdanturf, his uncle thanks you for coming to visit, but he tells you that the kid's already gone. Somewhere. Yes, apparently beating the brakes off of the ill child sapped the rest of his life force, and he's wandered off into the woods to perish. That's canon. He lives in the ground now. It was a completely unavoidable tragedy, and he will unfortunately be missed. Forget that, though. Wally's got a fine-ass cousin who's apparently been dating Ryu from Street Fighter because he's been digging all the way through this tunnel by himself, by hand, because he's been given superhuman strength by the promise of even just a drop of coochie. And when you clear out the last bit of the tunnel with Rock Smash and reunite them, guess where they go first? Straight to the bedroom. I know that's right. We support healthy relationships. Also, yes, the karate gi does stay on the whole time. She likes her man stinky. Yeah, and then like nothing interesting happened for the next 3 hours. Everything from the meteor and Professor Cosmo and all that, there's just nothing here. A man took me into a tree, we will not be addressing that. But there is one dude in Lava Ridge I want to point out. Oh, I just wish I could lay an egg. Okay, Grandpa, time to take your pills. Just look at the flowers. Okay, we're back in Petalburg to find Zaddy, and yes, I do plan on using violence as a replacement for therapy. Thank you for asking. I don't know if this kid was here the first time we passed through. He might have been, and I just forgot, but he's on some weird shit. My face is reflected in the water. It's a shining grin full of hope. Or maybe it's a look of somber silence struggling with fear. What do you see in your face? I know when you're gonna die. While we're in this area, by the way, we're gonna switch gears real quick and talk about the trainer's eye. Just in case you forgot, this is the feature that lets you rematch people. So like every trainer you run across gets their own little mini personality profile. It shows up on the bottom screen, right? It's cute. This reveals some freaks. Just one random example here. There's a girl on the route next to Petalburg Woods that you'd normally fight like way before unlocking Trainer's Eye, and you have zero reason to come back to her. But if you do go back and look at her profile, it says that after every battle, she likes to soak in the bath with her Pokémon. That is how you get a yeast infection. Strategy? Who needs it? Rich me sleeps in a bed full of Pokémon. Not even that weird compared to the last chick, you're fine. Once you get Surf, it opens up about 1,000 different new places you can go visit as a personal attack on anybody with ADHD. The abandoned ship, for example. Which has an insane amount of people just kind of wandering around, considering it's like a falling apart ass boat full of rusty nails and nuclear waste, probably. Just some random wreckage out in the middle of the ocean and it's popping like a fucking Chipotle. If you look at the bookshelf, there's like an old-timey 1940s advertisement here, which tickled me. Wake up with Devon Energy Elixir, now with refined Sapphire extract. Increase your focus, work for days, you'll never need another rest. I'm not totally sure what I expected to find here, but an ad read for like World War II snake venom Adderall. It's probably close to the bottom of the list. Do you know how fast Alex Jones would sell that? Also, if you go in this room, you accidentally interrupt two girls that were making out, and just doing a really terrible job trying to act like that's not what was going on. Look, I get it, alright? You're young adults, you're still living with your parents because rent's really crazy right now and it's hard to find privacy. But you cannot be getting nasty on this rusty, grimy, disease-ridden ass floor, okay? You're gonna get like coochie meningitis. Alright, let's go check on Tricky Rick. Feels like about that time. Alright, so when you walk into the Trick Master's like 4th or 5th puzzle room or something like that, and an identical man who's absolutely definitely not just the Trick Master doing a robot voice, introduces himself as the Trick Master Mechadoll 3, which is cute, you know, it's a cute little bit of improv, but then, I'm actually skipping ahead a little bit for this, I came back for this way later. If you come back for the next escape room, there's like 5 more of this dude. So he is, in fact, creating a bunch of lifelike, intelligent cyborg clones of himself, and all he's using them for is to ask you game show trivia questions. Do they... Can they feel? Also, by the way, one of them asks you a question about something that they could not have possibly known about unless the Trick Master's been secretly watching you with a secret camera since like the beginning of the game, so... That's a brand new thing to worry about. Hey, there he is. Hey! Why do you have Doombots? I'm leaving on a journey of discovery, a quest in search of new tricks, and now, farewell. Fly free, you beautiful bitch. I don't know which government's coming after you, but God, I wish I could see that fight. Back to actually making progress through the game, or at least moving closer to the cold grip of death, as we always are. When you get to the Weather Institute and Team Aqua's taken over the building, if you talk to the girl at the front desk, she's just like,
Yeah, there's some kind of fight happening upstairs, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. They pay me $7.25 an hour. I am not going upstairs to deal with that. I'm getting paid to stand here. I'm gonna chill right here.
And she is so real for that. We love to see an unbothered queen at work. Also, speaking of queens, I completely forgot that Shelly just slaps the piss out of this guy. What makes it even better is if you come back after you kick all the goons out. If you talk to that same guy, he's just like, hey man, I got a secret. I totally got slapped on purpose. I know that's right! Alright, so there's like, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 people in the Lilycove department store, and I figured with so many people concentrated in one place, it would be, pretty easy to find something to riff on, but I was wrong, they're all boring! Except for the cardboard cutout. It's the hero Lilycove Viridian, who's able to fly through the sky, although they suffer from a chronic fear of heights. What an awful existence. Alright, this gotta be a really obscure one. So when you're in Slateport City watching Team Aqua steal the submarine, you have like maybe a 2-second window before you go in the door to talk to these people crowded around the entrance. Most of them don't have much going on, but this one dude over here is just like, oh man, if they steal the submarine, I'm gonna be on TV again. Oh boy. I'm a quirky dude, I love being present for extremely rare crimes. It's like my favorite thing. If Team Aqua takes over the world, then the 101 skitties at my parents' house and the whalemer that live with me should be happier too. How many cats? Listen, I know that you can't tell, and it's not entirely your fault, but your coworkers are too nice to say anything about it. You smell like piss. Here's one in the Aqua hideout, often like a totally optional room that you'd only end up in if you're going completely the wrong way. It's this dude standing near a bunch of his coworkers' beds. Every person's bed reveals something about them. And a unique odor signature as well. Live your truth, brother. Keep doing your weird-ass thing. What is it with NPCs and Pokémon and being really fucking weird about smelling people? I say 2 seconds after making the cat piss joke.
My bro Archie is everything to me. I live to serve my bro.
Okay. We gotta talk about Matt. Yeah, I had a full multi-minute tirade ready to go on like the homoerotic subtext about the way that this guy talks about his boss. Because there is, like, it's a lot. But in a rare moment of self-reflection, I decided that putting all that in would just completely fucking obliterate the pacing. So instead, I'm just gonna put this here.
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
Looking pretty pathetic now, aren't you?
Ugh.
Come here.
Archie, not in front of Matt, no! Okay, so there's a whole area of Mauville City that's just like bougie rich people apartments, and you're not allowed in there until after the whole debacle with the legendaries for some reason. But boys, there's some shit up there. Yeah, first off, there's a dude in this apartment stuck in some kind of, oh my god. First off, there's a dude in this apartment stuck in some kind of dementia-induced time loop situation. He just keeps giving you a sales pitch for the Rock Smash HM, even though we've had Rock Smash for like 15 hours. Yeah, and he's not like, as far as I can tell, related to the guy that gave you the Rock Smash HM or anything. He's just kind of like up here. Yeah, and if you go over and talk to his wife or caretaker or whoever this is over here, she says he's been practicing that one-sentence sales pitch for years, apparently. And it is literally all he ever says. Okay. You can also press the intercom buttons on some of these apartments and talk to whoever's inside, including this lady down here who calls you out on trying to barge into his apartment because you're not even his fan and she is a way bigger simp than you'll ever be for him.
Okay.
Who's next door? A composer's home. Okay, what's up with this freak? Are you my fan? Sorry, but it's not cool of you to invade my privacy like this. Even without you bothering me, I already hear applause from nowhere whenever I play the piano, which really scares me. Alright, I'm putting the pieces together now. A crazy lady next door is a fan of this dude. She's probably watching him through a hole in the wall. Got it. Yeah, hey man, just wanted to let you know, just so you can, stay safe. You got a neighbor who's probably gonna sneak into your house with a syringe to steal some of your blood so that she can make a homunculus. It's been happening to a lot of people these days, alright? I just wanted to make sure you were aware and you were staying safe and all that. Also, you gotta get out of here, man. You have to move. Oh, hey, the feds are here. That's probably a good sign. Nope, never mind, not the feds. It's only this guy's landlord. Shaking his ass down by force, naturally, a typical landlord behavior. Yeah, although I feel like this particular shakedown is pretty justified, because apparently this guy, who, by the way, if you check the sign on the outside of his house, is just called the Frightened Man, which is incredible. Apparently Mr. Frightened Man has not been paying rent for like an obscene amount of time. And if you come back around later and talk to the landlord again, he gives you the Megastone for Lopunny, which is apparently literally the only thing of value that was in the frightened man's entire apartment. No furniture, no other valuables, just vibes, just chilling in there with the rabbit.
Batman, there's no laws against the Pokemon, Batman. I can do whatever I want with it.
Alright, so remember about, I don't know, 10 minutes ago when I was talking about that dude Giddy and I said it was the start of a long side quest and you're not gonna fucking believe where this is going? It's time to believe. There is a guy in one of the apartments in Mauville Hills. The plaque outside of his apartment just says, "A powerless man's home." Whatever that means. And if you go in and talk to him, he just says that he's nobody, right? He's a man without power, and basically just says there's no point talking to him. Normally, that's all you're gonna get out of him. Just a weird random non sequitur. However, if you kept coming back throughout the game and talking to these old dudes in the Mauville Pokemon Center, they always invite you to come back to their apartment in Mauville Hills. Well, now that we have access to the area, we can finally go there, and they're all roommates, which I'm going to be completely honest is not the arrangement that I was expecting to see, but, you know, you meet all types. But they also say a bunch of weird shit about, like, passing their power down to somebody, and they're very strangely cryptic about what that means. The only thing we know for sure is that it can't be you. It has to be some other, like, grown dude. If you go across the hall and get the Powerless Man, it triggers, and I'm not kidding, one of the weirdest fucking scenes I have ever witnessed in anything, where these old dudes say that they've been looking for a successor, and they convince this guy to, quote, inherit their powers. And then one by one, they do some kind of weird ritual dance around him and then vanish into thin air. Because apparently all of these men are being extremely literal about their powers and they're magical fey creatures or possibly aliens. And after all 5 of the men transfer their power into this guy, first of all, I need to give context. Normally when I'm going through the game like this, I'm just recording the game. I'm not like trying to catch my reactions live or anything like that. But when this scene specifically happened, I had just gotten off of a Discord call with some people, so my mic was still on. So for once, and possibly only once, we do in fact have my blind reaction. Shut up! You know, I gotta tell you, of all the things I thought this side quest might be leading to, a supervillain origin story for Senior Stranger Danger and Mr. Bonding. You know what, honestly, it's fitting. Considering this creepy-ass dude was one of the original inspirations to make the first video I did for X and Y, it's a little, you know, kind of fitting that it would all eventually wrap back around to him for this one. Gotta tell you, man, it's almost nostalgic at this point to see your ass again. Hey, actually, you know what? Hang out here for a minute. I gotta make a phone call real quick. Nothing, it's nothing you need to worry about. Just, you know, chill for a sec. No, you don't have to get up or anything. Let me just, I'll only be a second, man. Let me just make a call real quick.